All right, welcome back everybody. Today I've got my World War II issue P08 Luger, also known as the Black Widow Luger, which is basically just a term created by U.S. collectors to distinguish the 41 and 42 manufactured P08 Lugers by Mauser with the black grips. So in 41, there were these made with both wooden and black grips, with the majority of them being wooden. In 42, I think they were made both ways too, but I'm not sure. But the plastic grips were a little bit rare in the 41 models. This one here, show you the code. So in 41, the Mauser code changed from S42 to BYF, which they put on top of the toggle link. And the manufacture date was put on the front of the top of the receiver. This one was made in 41. It is an S block serial number. What that means, I'm not 100% sure, but these were made in blocks of 10,000 or 9,999, and then they started over with a new suffix, from what I understand. And this one falls in the S block. There's several small parts that are numbered to the gun, and then on this one there, it's all original. Has the last two digits on the side plate, takedown lever, there, and that's also on the bottom of the barrel, which is kind of hard to tell, but there it is. The inspector marks with the eagle and the 655 on the side. 655 was used throughout most of 1941 with the latter. I think the latter guns were 135, and all, if not most, if not all, of the 42 guns had the 135 stamping. There's also another small proof mark there. It's really hard to see. This gun is obviously shooter grade gun. I mean, it's got significant pitting on it. Been on there for a long time. It's old rust pitting on both sides, significant holster wear, front of the grip, significant pitting. Obviously all original gun, so in my eyes it still has collector value, but definitely not a top tier quote unquote Black Widow Luger, but nonetheless there it is. The Black Widows, like I said, they bring a little bit of a premium over other Lugers from the same period, just because of the name, as far as I'm concerned. But if you want a little bit better explanation and more detailed history on the origin of the Black Widow name, Legacy Collectibles has several videos on YouTube explaining how that came about. I recommend you look at his videos. They're very good and a lot more professional than mine. They're all chambered in 9mm, the World War II guns. It has an 8-round magazine. This one here is an original era magazine. It could be original to the gun, I don't know. It's FXO marked, which is correct to the period. The mag does not have the serial number on the bottom. From what I've seen, the Black Widow Lugers usually are going to have a serial numbered aluminum base or a black plastic base. I don't know if there's any exceptions to that, but that's how that works. The Luger magazines also have a helper, what I call, that you can use to help ease the loading. As far as function, a loaded magazine is inserted into the gun. The action is cycled with the toggle link, loading a cartridge, and the gun is put on safe, which is going to be down, exposing the Geschicht, or whatever, however you say that, which basically means secure, meaning safe. As long as you can see that, the gun is on safe and will not fire. To take the gun off of safe, it's not very intuitive to hit it, but you can hit it there, then the gun will fire. It also has a loaded chamber indicator, which when the gun is loaded, the extractor will stick up and exposes this is Gelatin, which basically means the gun is loaded. That will stick up when it's closed on a loaded chamber. As far as the toggle link action, I mean, the Luger is one of those guns that's just identifiable from a silhouette, basically because of the design and the toggle action. So when the gun is fired, the whole upper assembly starts to slide back, and the toggles will hit this ramp and start the cycle process back and forth. So this will go back and forth every time it's fired, where the whole cycle looks like this. And the gun fires in single action mode on every shot. So that's pretty much the function and how to operate it. The sights, not very good. Probably not even great by 100-year-ago standards. It's just got a tiny little V-notch in the back, and it's not very conductive to accurate shooting. But I have put 3 or 4 magazines through this in the 20 years that I've owned it, and it is, you know, accurate enough at 25 yards. So it's a nice tight gun, although it shows quite a bit of neglect on the outside. Mechanically, it is very nice. As far as disassembly and assembly, I usually will put the action back like that on a loaded magazine, remove the magazine, drop the takedown lever, pull the side plate off, and then I will slowly lower the toggle action down, and the gun just comes apart. And to take the toggle link out of the upper receiver, you just pull this pin out in the back, and the toggle link pulls out. As far as I'm concerned, it's very simple disassembly for a gun that's machined so well, and people consider it to be mechanically complicated. The gun is very easy to take apart. Although it's not going to show in this video because I got this camera in my face, but reassembly, just slide the toggle link back in, and you try to line up these holes the best you can. Take your pin back in there, help line your holes, get the pin in, and then this part here, make sure it stays back and up like that, because it'll want to drop down in the action. So I usually assemble it where it's a little bit inverted. Back till you get about to where the letters are, the P08 letters. Look down into the action, and you'll see the 2 little forks from, I guess, the main spring there. Make sure those drop down in front of them. Pull the gun back, and you're going to hold it back like that. Put the side plate back on. This is where I always have difficulty, but make sure the action goes back far, kind of slides back into the recoil position. Put the takedown lever back up, and the gun is back together. Takes both hands. It's not super easy, but it's not difficult either. A couple other things to talk about with the Luger. Let me see here. I don't know, I pretty much covered everything I want to talk about on this gun. Like I said, I've had this one about 20-25 years. Decent shooter grade example. These are highly collectible. If you get involved in wanting a Luger, make sure you do your homework. There are a lot of fakes out there. And it's hard to find these at decent prices anymore. It does have a spot in the back for a shoulder stock. Other than that, it pretty much covers this particular pistol as far as I wanted to go with it. Like I said, if you're interested in Black Widow Lugers, the Legacy Collectible YouTube site, he goes over a lot of information on these, and I highly recommend looking at his videos if you're interested in learning more about them. Y'all have a good day.